Hello there. Today I'm reviewing Evernight by Claudia Gray. Um, I've had this book for some time, but I've only just gotten around to reading it, so I'll just read what it says in the back of the book. Bianca wants to escape. At the eerily gothic Evernight Academy, the other students are sleek, smart, and almost predatory. Bianca knows she doesn't fit in. When she meets handsome, brooding Lucas, he warns her to be careful, even when it comes to caring about him. But the connection between them can't be denied. Bianca will risk anything to be with Lucas, but dark secrets are fated to tear them apart, and to make Bianca question everything she's ever believed. Like I said, I had this book for a while. I had it for Christmas about 2 years ago. But it was one thing and another, and I just get more and more books, and then some get pushed back, and I just never read this one. However, I do have the whole series on my shelf. So yeah, it's at the moment it is 327 pages. So it's not too thick at all. I think it's just right. I think if she'd written any more, it probably would have been too much. I think for what's in it, it's just the right size. It hasn't gone on for too much. I think the plot it's quite sound. It's quite safe. Sort of geeky girl that doesn't quite fit in goes to a newborn school with her parents. That's not very original, but classic, you could say. Yeah, but the twist obviously is that it's paranormal, and this book is predominantly, well, completely vampires, and I don't want to give too much away. And there's that dynamic of love triangle going on as well. Well, not completely, but there is like two guys. First being Lucas. Now he's a mortal, but I can't give too much away about him. You have to read about it. It would be a complete spoiler. And Balthazar, who is a vampire, and he's not the only one. I'll say that, but yeah, it's quite safe. I watched a review before I did read it. This what probably prompted me to read it. Was that someone else had read it, so I thought, I'll give it a go. And they said it was quite slow to get into. Well, I found that it wasn't too slow. About 4 or 5 pages in is when it started to pick up pace, I guess. It wasn't too slow at the beginning, and the beginning did set it up a lot. There's two sort of major twists in the book. The first one slowed my reading down a bit. I wasn't too keen on it. That's not to say it's bad, but it just doesn't fit my personal sort of what I like to happen. But once I sort of kept going with it, and once I read on from that, and I got to the second major twist, that was much better, and I enjoyed it from that point. So yes, the second book, Stargazer, and the third book, Hourglass, and the fourth, Afterlife, are on my shelf, and I will read them. I just don't know how soon I'll read them. Probably break them up with others that I'm yet to read. But overall, it's not too heavy. It's quite, I suppose it's quite typical in the young adult romances that are paranormal that are out at the moment. It's not anything outstanding, but it's definitely not the worst one out there at the moment. I suppose it's quite well written. There's quite a bit of metaphors and things like that in there. It's quite clever if you get down to the writing of it. Her style is quite good. Yes, so I would recommend it to read if you want to light read, not to maybe take as a favourite series like Vampire Academy. I know a lot of people really love that series and followed it really hard. I wouldn't say that this has got the same potential as the Vampire Academy series, which I personally don't even like. Well, I'll probably get hate mail now for saying that, but no, I don't like the Vampire Academy series. But overall, I do think it's quite good. Yes. So overall, if you want a light read that you're in between books and you think, oh, I need a new paranormal one, and you don't want anything too heavy, but you need a good paranormal book that isn't horrible and just so crappy and tacky, then this is probably a good one. I suppose it's quite obvious in a few ways, but that's quite good. It's not too horrible, and the characters. I'm not too keen on Bianca, the main heroine. I like to be able to like a heroine, and I suppose that kind of stayed down as well. I was a bit like, one minute she says one thing and I like her, and the next she says something that contradicts my liking of her, and I'm like, do I like her or not? If that made any sense to you. But yes, I read this in about 2 days. 2 days. I could have probably read this in one, because I took it on the bus into college and things like that. So can get through a book quite quickly. But this was the first twist that slowed me down. But you may find it completely different, and you may find that twist so compelling that you completely finish it. But overall, definitely worth reading. Don't hold it too high, because I don't think it will fulfill standards of current paranormal romance. But yes, and if you read it, please let me know what you think. Happy reading!